Hi, hello there. Welcome to my channel, Maze's Life, where this month I have been struggling with money. So that's a little bit why I did not have a video for my weekly budget update last week. But let's just go ahead and get started with today's video. So if you're interested in how I budget my income, please stick around, please like and subscribe, but let's just go ahead and get started. So my work income has not changed from the beginning of the month, and if you're new here, I only get paid once a month, and sometimes I will receive extra stipends. This month I did receive an extra $31.22 stipend, but that was the beginning of this month, and I have not received anything just yet. So with today's video, we are going to discuss what happened in week 2 and in week 3 because I skipped week 2. So for week 2, I had a work trip and I went into the city for 2 days, 1 night, and these that you can see here are all of my expenses. All of this plus some will get reimbursed just as soon as I submit them my receipts. They're fairly quick about it because I do work for the accounting departments. They do know me personally. I just still have not gathered my receipts. I don't even need to show my receipts. I just need to show my bank stub. But for some reason, I have just been slacking. But yes, so it's $11 for the BART, $26.35 to park at the Amtrak station, $10.98, I think that was breakfast, $13.97, I think that was a Lyft ride, $20 was lunch, $25 was dinner, $25.75 was dinner the next day, $13.93, I think that was also Lyft, $12.55, I think that was lunch, and then $5 was breakfast one day. Yes, so I don't know why I always procrastinate on those reimbursements, such as here you can see week 1, I had to spend money for taking the bus and the transportation here, and they reimbursed for that. And I've been taking public transportation since December, and I have still yet to submit my receipts. I just need to get onto that. Alright, I have not spent anything in my personal beauty fund, even though I still have $15 more left. I think I'll still spend those $15 before the end of the month. So I'm going to leave that there. Renters and car insurance, that's already paid. Utilities for my apartment, that's already paid. My SMUD electricity bill is only $41.29. I've already had to start using the AC because it gets up to 80 degrees in my house because it's already 90 degrees where I live. I live in Northern California in like the Central Valley region. The biggest city near me is Sacramento, so I've already had to start using the AC. I use it only at 74 degrees, and I turn on a fan when needed, but yep, you can imagine my electricity bill will be higher next month. Alright, my phone bill, I didn't spend anything. For fun, week 2, I went out with some friends. It was one of my best friend's birthday, and I did not give her a gift, but we still went out, had some great sushi, had a fun time, and then afterwards I went shopping. We all went shopping together, and I got myself some things, $23.39, and I include that in the fun budget just because it was a fun outing. Same with week 3. I also went to the mall, went to Cheesecake Factory, got some leggings. My other friends got some things as well, and I put that here in the fun category simply because it was a fun trip out. It wasn't by myself. It was just fun. I did need some pants and some new leggings for work and for working out. My parents bought me some pants for work, and I can wear casually because they were jeans, but they're like a wide leg jean. So that was $300. Thank you, Mom and Dad. But then the leggings, I just bought one pair of leggings, and those I bought myself. And that's what the $20.96 came out to. Alright, week 2, I did laundry, and I have to pay for laundry because it's not in my unit. So it's $15. Alright, my electronics and Wi-Fi bill is $45.39. That's a reoccurring charge. Alright, week 2, I spent $60.02 for gas. And if you can see here at the bottom, I keep track of my prior month's spending. And I have never spent $60 to fill up a tank. In February, I spent $45 or $46 to fill up a tank. These 2 weeks I went out traveling, so that's why I spent a lot out of money and gas. I went on little travel trips. And then in January, you can see I also spent $40, $38. So that's how much it typically costs me to fill up an entire tank of gas. But now it is $60. But now I take the train, and when my friends want to go to trips far away just to go shopping, I say no, I can't. I went to the little malls close to me, but I can't go out to the big malls in the city and whatnot like how I did in the prior months. Alright, so now moving down to gifts. These are just gifts for myself. So this is my birthday month. So even though I did not give any gifts to my friends, what I did was for myself, instead of just buying myself one big present, whenever I saw something that I wanted, I went out and I bought it. So I bought quite a few things, and then I even returned some things, so you can see it is negative $40.09. And then in this week, I also returned some things, so it's negative $17.23. And that's just because I overbought knowing that I would have to return, but I wanted to get it to my house, try it on, see if I actually wanted it, and whatnot. And that's how I make a lot of my purchases. I'll typically buy quite a few things, and then I will return it if I don't like it. This $20.96 were leggings at Aerie, and I was going to buy them online. I was going to buy a size medium regular, medium long, large regular, so 4 pairs of leggings, knowing I was only going to keep one. But since my friend wanted to go to the mall, I just figured I would go into the mall and try it on. So that's what I mean by buy a lot of stuff and return it. It's because I buy a lot of stuff online, and then I'll return it in store. Okay, so then moving down, last week I went out for lunch with a coworker, so a work lunch. Spent $16.85 on some really good pho. I did not go out at all week 3 because I went out quite a bit in week 2, not only with this one outing with a coworker on Wednesday, but then I also went out Thursday and Friday when I went into the city. Alright, applied to debt. I had some extra debt payments in week 2, so an extra $30 debt payment to my oldest credit card, which is my stretch goal, my December 31st goal. I should probably stop doing that, but I just have it as a reoccurring automatic payment. And then $47 because I had been doing that this entire time, and I had not realized that I was sending an extra $47 every single month to that debt. Essentially, at the beginning of the month, I would pay the minimum early, and then I would also send an extra large debt payment as well. And this bank does not count that as my minimum payment that's due. So then they would charge me again that extra $47. And that's been happening every single month, and I had no idea. Alright, but let's move on. So my savings, I have not saved anything yet. No car maintenance, no travel for a while. My cats, nothing. I spent quite a bit week 1, so that's going to be enough to last me till next month. Groceries, I got something. I can't remember what it was in week 2 for $10.54, but I did not go grocery shopping at all this week 3. I will need to again week 4, but yeah, I haven't needed to at all this week 3. Okay, then for health, I spent $3.29. That was for water. I left my water at home. And like I said in a previous video, I do not count water in my groceries or my food out budget. I count that in my health budget because I need water. Alright, so for health, typically this would say $79.99 because of my chiropractor membership. But because of 2 things, and one being because I've been working out and I've been strengthening my core and back muscles, I no longer have back pain the way that I used to. So I no longer need to go to the chiropractor as often. So previously I was going 4 times a month. Now I only need to go 1 time a month, and then eventually, hopefully never again, but that was $35, so it's going to be $35 a month for just once a month. The extra $15 was for a copay because I have some skin issues that I wanted to ask my doctor about, and so it was my copay. Alright, and then nothing for rent, nothing for retirement, no cash, no interest payments, no financial payments. Okay, oh, and then the second reason why I lowered my chiropractor bill, and also because of why I think I've been struggling with money and just why I have not come to do an update, is because I have been saying that week 2 was supposed to be my first week back at my second job, and as you saw with my income, I have not started back at my second job. In the past 2 years, I'm not sure if I showed you where I work, or where I worked, past tense, but it was for the baseball company, so it was always like a bit of a drive to get there, but they had very, very flexible hours. And the past 2 years, I've worked in the parking lot as either a flagger or a directioner, telling people where to park, or last year I worked as a cashier. I did not want to do that this year because if you watched my debt confessions videos from August and September of 2025, then you would know that it wasn't, let's just say, the best for my mental health. And so I still wanted to work for the company or at that location because of how flexible they were with my 9 to 5 hours. My 9 to 5 job hours, sorry. And I applied to work in concessions, and I did not hear back from them at all. So I applied again under a new email, and I applied for the concessions, and I applied for the steward position, which is like what I would think is a hostess, but it turned out really to be like a dishwasher. And they don't have like plates and knives necessarily, but you're washing the kitchen, you're washing the big drums and big pans that they cook with, etc., etc., and you're not making tips. And you're making less than what I would make in the parking lot, what I would make at Home Depot, what I would make at McDonald's. So I did not want to do that job, but I did get offered that position instead of concessions. I was told that they were not looking to hire for concessions. So I decided to decline that job because it just wasn't what I wanted, and then I just felt really guilty about it because then I've also been procrastinating applying for other jobs, and I just knew I did not want to work in the parking lot again, not only because of the people there, but working there, I can't really ever have my hair done because the parking lot is just gravel and dirty and dusty, and you're just sweating under the heat because there is no shade, there is no AC. I can't ever have my nails done. I can't really dress cute. I'm always in like construction worker clothes with the hard steel-toed boots and the baggy, not baggy, but thick, jean pants, and then the construction vest. And I don't know, I guess because I'm about to be 29, I still want to like look cute and meet people. I just didn't want to do that this year. So I need to start applying other places for a second job so that way I can still be on track with my financial goals and be on track with my spending plan, which I'm just going to look and take you over there briefly. So here's my 2026 spending plan. And as you can see, January and February, I made this much, and I expect to still make roughly that amount in March as well. But in April, my pay skyrockets. $1,000 higher, over $1,000 higher. And that is due to, one, getting a promotion at my 9 to 5 job, which I still haven't gotten. I've been applying since November, and I haven't even gotten a call back or anything. And it also has to do with me getting a second job and making more income. So I really need to get on that so that way I can still meet my financial debt payoff goals in time. And yeah, I just realizing that and like all the different things, and I just was at a standstill at these past 2 weeks, and then I was just spending money going to the mall and buying leggings just to work out and stuff. But that's where I've been the past 2 weeks in terms of my my weekly update on my monthly budget videos. But I will be applying. I've still been applying for promotions. I just have not been applying for second jobs, and that's what I really need to do because that will come sooner rather than later. But I'm still on track with my budget. I'm not doing terrible with my money. I'm just doing terrible for my overall yearly annual goals. But I still have the rest of the year to make up. My second job was only going to be from March to September, so if I start a second job in April, then I'll just make sure that I at least work from April to October. And since I won't be working for a seasonal position, I can work year-round instead. So that's what I'm going to try and tell myself. So I'm going to try and motivate myself to get that second job. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But as you can see, there's nothing in the red. And I still have money here, $41.99. So I still have that to spend, or to budget to spend. But it's going to go in my applied to debt section. Another thing is my savings. My goal was to save $3,000 this year for a possible nasal procedure in case the one that I got didn't work, and it so far has worked. So then I need to double check and see, okay, maybe I no longer need that as an annual goal. I'm not sure, but that's it. Sorry for rambling. That's my week 2 and week 3 weekly budget update. Thank you for following along. If you stay to the end of the video, I'd love to have you join this financial journey with me. So hit subscribe, click the like, leave a comment down below if you would like. I will try and have a video in the next couple of days for my financial milestone update. But other than that, thank you, and until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.